What is up, guys? Today's kind of a random video, but I'll be attempting to fix my Fender Liner issues with the 255 over here. As you can see, this is, well, not where it's supposed to be. There was some rubbing, I guess you could say, and it kind of wore through the entire thing. So I will be taking the Fender Liner out. It's actually missing most of the bottom chunk. This tire is just so close. There's like not much room here to cut for activities. But as you can probably tell, I also haven't washed this car in about a month, even before the track. So this thing is filthy. It has lost the actual tire pressure receiver. So I bought one on eBay for $6. I'm gonna plug that in. Hopefully that works without any programming. But if I need to program, I will, obviously. But yeah, this car is nasty. Anyways, I will be fixing now with a new Fender Liner that I got off eBay. This bumper is currently being held on by a zip tie, and you wouldn't know, but I just told you, because the plastic bumper clip that attaches the bumper to the actual fender, that thing was just, the plastic had just kind of fallen apart and it wasn't working anymore, so the bumper was hanging. So the zip tie is how it's only on right now. But I have a new bumper clip. I have all the stuff to work on this area of the car. Really stupid stuff, but you know, it is what it is. Got the car in the air, as you can see. Gotta take the wheel off now. The very, very dirty wheel. As you can see, my car is kind of in pieces, not too badly though. We got the new Fender Liner right over here. This is really thin plastic off eBay. You know, not the best quality, definitely not OEM quality by any means. But considering I drive this car how it is, with super low, not super low, but I mean, I guess pretty low in the front, it's gonna rub no matter what in some cases. So I'm not really worried about driving through this $30 Fender Liner versus a $60 OEM one, which is gonna get destroyed anyways. And I actually think the thinner material is gonna be better for my uses. It might just kind of bend to the shape it should be in anyways. So hoping that'll work. But as you can see, here's my old clip. This essentially clips in right around over here, and you can see it kind of goes in the top ledge of this piece of the fender over here. And what it does is allows you to thread the screws for the bumper through the actual bumper itself, and then through those little screws in these threads over here. Now, in my case, this kind of happens over time. I've read in the forums. As you can see, this thing is just sort of like, I can't tell if it's partially melted from the heat of the tire rubbing at some point or what, but it got to the point where the screws no longer threaded through, so I was actually holding it in with a zip tie. In fact, it was this zip tie right over here that was holding my entire bumper together. I told you guys about it earlier. So I have some new screws. I have the new clip right over here. Should just slide right into that little groove in the fender, and then we should be all set to begin putting it back together. This thing is pretty, this little grill for the oil cooler is pretty jacked up. I thought about not running it, but I thought that was a bad idea, because if you think about it, all it takes is like one, you know, decently sized little pebble or rock, and if that goes through and hits the oil cooler from the wheel, you'll have a very bad day. So I think for now I'm going to run that pretty mangled up piece. It's better than nothing, and then eventually I'm going to make my own little grill, just using some metal grill I bought off Amazon. It should be coming today later, so if it doesn't come while I'm doing this, I'll do another time. I'm going to have to take this off again anyways to install my front lip. I repaired this bumper a little while ago, if you guys remember. I made a video about this, but I had a little incident with a mattress on the freeway. Hit the mattress, and of course this poor bumper cracked. There's definitely more of a crack. You can actually see some memory foam from the mattress that's gotten stuck in there. And that crack is pretty substantial, and unfortunately the entire bumper like kind of flexes around like that, which that's not what you want at all. So I did a little bit of a small repair by using some plastic welding, and over here it's actually doing fine. You can barely even tell it's there, and to be honest with this car, I don't really mind too much. But unfortunately, after the track and of course all of this nonsense, it did kind of rip this right off. So my repair has not held up very well, but it is the bottom of the car. I really don't care what this looks like. You can't really tell. This car is going to see a lot more track days, and I know it's going to get abused. So in terms of, you know, little stuff along the bottom end of the car, not too worried about that. Alright, so I've just got the bumper guide put in place. It's kind of tricky to position up because you have to line it up with this sort of part of the headlight housing sort of piece over there first before you can slide it in over there. And then once it's slid in over there, it has to kind of grab the fender over here and you can slide it forwards. I actually had to loosen up my the fender from up here, just a few bolts, 10mm bolts, before I could do that. But now it looks like we're all set, and that is in the correct place. So now we can go ahead and tighten up the bumper to the actual piece itself, and we should be good to go.
A few moments later.
Alrighty guys, little status update. I'm currently putting the new fender liner in. I've got the little bumper guide in place. I did a little bit of repairs down here with some drift stitches. I know, not the prettiest thing in the world, but like I said before, no one's gonna see this, and it's all about function here, not about necessarily style in this case. Yeah, I've got some new nice little nuts over here. The self, I don't even know what you call these things, but I know a few of mine were just sort of like shot or missing, so I went ahead and put some of these new ones in, so hopefully this fender liner doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm going to start putting in all the screws, make sure everything's lined up. I also had to buy a new tire pressure monitor receiver because my one had fallen off at some point, so that is nice. Luckily, it's only $6 used, so I'm not sure if I need to reprogram that. But yeah, I'm going to get this in, and then hopefully it fits all nice and tight, and we don't have any more rubbing issues. If we do, oh well, hopefully it doesn't get as bad as it did last time. Alrighty guys, I think my work here is done. I've got the fender liner hooked up basically in every single spot, which it was definitely not before. Even down here, we got almost every single screw put in. The only one I couldn't get in really was, I'll actually get it in. This one's gonna be kind of stubborn, but it's in now. As you can see, this thing is pretty jacked up. I don't even remember hitting the curb, but I guess I must have at some point. I'm not sure if I told you guys about that, but I had a lip down here, a carbon fiber lip. First day I put it on, same night I put it on, I went on the freeway, hit some road debris and just ripped it off. So that was fun. I used to have some slip low stuff down here. That was the adhesive you see over here. That's kind of residue. I haven't really bothered taking it off because I will eventually put another lip down here. Like I said, I have that plastic one. I'm just not too sure about how I'm going to make that one work to my liking. But yeah, I think we're pretty much all set. This is really solid. This is the most solid the fender liner's been, I think, since I've got this bumper, which has been quite some time now. I never had these screws in the side, which I think are kind of a game changer in terms of keeping it in place. So hopefully, you know, like I said, fingers crossed we don't have any more rubbing. You know, I did see Vehicular DIY made a video about an upgraded one off eBay for like 150 bucks. Didn't look too bad, honestly. I think I might end up doing that, especially if I track this car more. This thing did get pretty hot on the track, but I wasn't driving it hard enough really to have an issue with that. But I just kind of knew what the temps were, so I had to cool down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, this is going to be it. I'll probably plan on doing the oil cooler and the front lip at the same time because I do want to take the bumper off, put the front lip on, do it properly, put some proper nuts and bolts on there, and not have any stability issues with that. So, gonna get the wheel back on and then maybe go for a drive or something. We'll see if it rubs. If it does, I'll be very sad. And as for tire pressure, I'm not sure if that's gonna be working automatically or if you reset something. But either way, we should be back in business as I hit the brake shield. Yeah. So the 355 is finally fixed up. I'm not sure if I really finished that video properly, but I took it for a Canadian drive yesterday and no rubbing at all anymore. It's perfect. I'll probably do the same to the other side at some point, just to minimize any effect of rubbing on the driver's side, but now we're all set. Then I'm gonna try and wash it like I've been saying for the past 2 weeks. But I'll wait for the sun to go down so that we don't have any sunlight in the way, just kind of making it too hot to wash.
Three hours later.
Alright guys, that basically wraps up this video. Nothing too crazy, I know, just thought I'd show you guys what I was up to. Leave a comment down below and let me know what I should be doing next to my 355i. I'm already planning on doing an M3 rear subframe swap with the LSD and beefier, half shafts and drive shaft, along with upgraded turbos eventually, but those are both sort of more long-term goals of mine. Those are both pretty costly and require a lot of time, so, not something I'm going to be doing very casually. I also want to upgrade my entire PCV system very soon. I know some guys replace both the vacuum side and boost side with some catch cans, and they do some stuff like that. I've seen some better systems here and there. Those can get pretty pricey as well. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do. Hopefully you're enjoying this clip of me driving down Azusa Canyon a few weeks ago. Had my GoPro out. But anyways, yeah, that is it for this video, and see you in the next one.